Hello, this is wmpyr back again with the LLC knife, the Lapu Lapu Corto. This is the katana blade, and right now it's holiday. It's holiday season. It's things are a little bit crazy, a little bit hectic, and this is unfortunately also the time when like the predators come out, the bad guys come out looking for victims and stuff. So yeah, I have upgraded to the LLC. So the LLC has been my EDC. And so I've been running around town with it. And yeah, one of the things that you're going to notice here is that the pocket clip is quite low compared to maybe some of the other knives that you have seen. It's right here instead of way all the way up here. And that is done on purpose. And like I said, I've been running around town with this thing, and it has never fallen on me. Not once did it fall, and sometimes I'm running and stuff, never did it even come close. So it's completely fine. And the reason why it's done this way is because you have this much basically that's going to be sticking out, and then so this can be right here on your pocket. So when you go to grab it, you're going to have this much to grab, this much leverage to help you draw it. So the way that I explained it before is it's like the hilt of a samurai sword. You don't want it completely concealed, because if you're going to take out your sword, you need to grab the hilt. So, that's what this area acts like. So it gives me a lot of room to grab so that I could for sure, get a good grip. So I just pull it out like so, and basically it's in my hand. And the amazing thing about this is to use it closed. That's the first and foremost thing. And some people may not get that, but the idea is, if you've seen a Kubotan, that's the idea. This is what you're looking at, is a Kubotan on steroids. And I really like that. So first and foremost, the back right here, as you can see, this is reinforced. Look at that. Yeah, that's solid. That is solid metal in there, right there. So yeah, because of the weight right here and the reinforcement, it packs a punch for sure. It does. I've tested it out, and it's solid. It hits very, very solid. And then on top of that, you have here and here the collar. And like I said, this part right here is for scraping. And what's scraping? Well, you pick a bony part and you just go back and forth on it, and it doesn't feel good. Okay, whatever. And you might dismiss it as, okay, that's a cool novelty or whatever. It's a lot more than that. In a lot of modern self-defense programs today, they teach something that's not scraping, but they teach something similar to that. And they teach it as basically it trumps every other technique, every other move that you're going to learn. So in close range, which a lot of times if you are seriously going to get attacked and in a self-defense situation, they teach that this scraping type of move that you do to the bad guy, if you do it ferocious enough, not power, because if you punch someone in the face, and if you're not a strong person, or if the other person's just a lot bigger than you are, they can ignore it. But if you scrape a person with ferocity, it's not about power. They cannot ignore that, especially if you start aiming towards sensitive areas. And if you use a tool like this, and this can really, really cause some damage in here too. I mean, you go back and forth like this onto someone's facial area, nearby the eyes and nose and stuff. That is undeniable. Brutal on the bad guy, and that's what you need, because you want him to defend, you want him to think about running away, you want him to stop attacking you, and that's the idea right there. So the scraping, I feel, is highly underrated. So the fact that this has areas that can scrape, compared to some Kubotan, it puts it above, because not all Kubotans have that kind of capability. And then, of course, we have the ramp itself, which is, this is the most obvious feature of the knife, and that can be used for hammering. The scraping is, if you thought this area and this area was brutal, this is even worse. So you could super scrape with that. And I've showed you guys before that you could use this as leverage to break people's fingers or just cause a tremendous amount of pain. You could drill in, you could press in and just make a person submit or immobilize them. If you use this as an aid with a choke, it'll make your choke way more powerful. So even if you are not very good with choking techniques, it's just going to make your choking technique that much more effective. Same with other submissions and stuff. So if you study that kind of thing. And then of course the ramp itself is used to hook onto things to deploy the blade. And if you don't want to hook and just use your thumb and do it kind of like a more traditional opening as you saw right now, it works very well. But the wave hooks onto your pocket, and as you deploy from your pocket, it makes your knife come out fast. Remember, we're not concerned with that because we're going to use this closed. That's the first thing. The hooking part right here is designed to hook on anything and everything that you could try to hook on. So if you see some piece of furniture, you might hook on that. You could hook on the opponent. You might hook on your own clothing. It's not limited to just your pants pocket. So that's the amazing thing about this. And the fact that the wave is designed primarily for speed. This one is designed for speed, but in a different kind of speed. The wave knife, it's for drawing out the knife as fast as possible. I get that. You know, I have some knives that are that way. You're gonna have the knife in your hand in the closed position. That means that you're using this as a non-lethal weapon and you're not using this as a knife. So this can come out when you're gonna use like a kubotan. So that comes out way before a knife can come out. A knife comes out pretty much the same time a handgun comes out, you know? I feel like it simplifies things by actually dividing the task into two. So one is, you're getting two tools in one. So one is a non-lethal impact tool, so that's what this is. And then number two is, it's a knife. So, the concept works for me. Okay, so that's it for now. Thank you for watching and take care, folks.